This is Nick Douglas, Adventures of a Sailor Girl in the beautiful Royal Brighton Yacht Club, an absolutely amazing venue, and I think we've just run into a few sailors that have gathered to chat about the Etchells Nationals. How are you going, guys?
Well, great. And, one thing is, if you've got an Etchell, why would you not come to Royal Brighton Yacht Club for the Nationals?
You convinced me.
You need a pretty good reason not to come on.
You have to, and just look out the window at the moment. You've got the marina within a short walk. You've got plenty of room for all the boats to be rafted up there to the side of the marina, and you've got about 5 minutes sail, and you're right on the start line for the traditional sea breeze that comes in of an afternoon during the summer, like clockwork. Beautiful.
Even today we've got a perfect 12-knot southerly blowing across the bay. Apparently in Sydney it's about 45 knots today.
Yeah, stop reminding me. I wish we were out there and not in here. We should be doing this out on the water. It looks absolutely awesome. I've never been to this club before.
I think one of the key aspects of Port Phillip Bay is what's been touched on particularly is that the competitors can come down here and be pretty much assured unless a terrible weather pattern comes through that they'll get very clear sailing. Yeah. If you have winds anywhere between 150 degrees and 200 degrees southwest, south, southeast, you're going to be sailing in breezes that are compass moving no more than say 5 or 10 degrees. You haven't got huge changes where your big boat's flying out of the left-hand side of the course off the rocks at Sydney Harbour or something like that.
It's so true.
The wind is very, very true. Go around to the north, which you can get in January in Melbourne in summer. Once again, you'll get the same sort of thing.
Local knowledge can be a scary thing.
Absolutely.
From a race management point of view, it is so good to actually have a fairly steady wind track. Like at Geelong for the States, we had an average of about 40, so it was varying about 30 degrees each side of the average. And the race management are trying to put on a good racetrack. And do you change, do you not change? Whereas you take Brighton off here on Port Phillip, where you've got the breeze, as Billy has just said, between that 180 to down to 150 up to 220, is that for race management point of view, is that we can put a fair dinkum racetrack on, and we don't have to do too many changes to ensure that the Etchells can come down on, wing it coming down on both jives.
Awesome.
As soon as we see both jives, and we can track them going uphill, his race management knows that, gee whiz, that must be fantastic sailing. It is fantastic sailing, and it gives everyone an opportunity for a passing lane, which is what we really aim for in actual
the other
race
thing you've got
management.
to also remember down here is that we do have the infrastructure and the support and the people out on the water, that if we need to do some changes, we have got the skill and the expertise out there to immediately affect those changes.
Well,
come in.
I already think that you guys are the best, and when anybody sees that
Best in
W
the world,
word,
that's for sure.
when anybody sees that W word, they know that it's going to be good. But if you guys feel at home here, I can't even
Well, it's their
imagine
water.
what that's going
It's
to be
their
like.
stretch of water. Like it's the one that they grew up on, so they know it better than anyone. So
We have to go back a few years for when you were sailing the K's and we were running races for you, Nick.
Yeah.
But things haven't changed too much.
No, I bet they haven't. Don't
I think
worry.
the big thing here is that for anybody visiting is that it's such a fair track. There's not a huge amount of local knowledge. It doesn't require a deep knowledge about which point to bounce off, etc., 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 and where the currents are and where the currents aren't, and all that sort of stuff. It's very much a straightforward track. So
the cream are going to rise to the top, is what you're saying.
It always rises to the top.
You've got a situation also where not spending anywhere near the time over the course of the week just sailing out to the starting line, in from the finishing line, because of the starters being able to set the course much closer to the shore than having a 4 or 5 kilometre sail before you even get to your racetrack, and over a whole week that can really just about save you a day sailing on the water when you're not racing, and it's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So I think that's a major plus for coming to Port Phillip.
Definitely. For those who haven't been here, I mean, I hadn't been here before until this morning, and I think the hard stand's virtually on the racetrack. That's pretty awesome.
Pretty much. Pretty much. It's a pretty nice thing not to have to do a 2-hour tow. Of course, you can sleep in a little bit more when you come down here, which is quite nice. For a 1 o'clock start, you don't have to head out at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is
probably a bit harder than the night before.
That's right. Have a little bit more fun.
But moving on that, being the yacht club overlooking the racetrack is that not only the competitors can see what the conditions are out there, but for the volunteers and the race management point is that we're virtually on the racetrack as well. And we get it so much easier in not having to go out, blast ourselves out for an hour out to a racetrack. And it's just around the corner, a 5-minute motor from our main committee boat. We're on the racetrack, and the most important thing is the decisions are made from the racetrack. Always decisions are made from the racing area, and we can make the right decisions with 100% of confidence.
You can
If
see
they,
it.
if they can't make their own mind up that it's blowing 30 knots from the southwest and the waves are pouring over the pier, there's something wrong with them.
What's important here, though, is that we won't have any blown-out days. We won't have any lighty days. We'll have perfect 12 to 15 knots southwesterlies every single day with a lovely 5-degree shift off the bidding.
You just heard Jake make that commitment, so...
You can hold him accountable.
The sales pitch. That's right.
Yeah, it's winter. Hang on a minute.
That's right, yeah.
No, but it seems like, I think you guys have some fantastic facilities here, though. We were talking about the cranes being out there. I think there's 3 cranes.
Three cranes, yeah. 3 cranes and a good deep channel all the way out to the track, and no issues with grounding and all that sort of stuff, and tons of room to store your boats in the marina itself. We've got a whole boardwalk right along the eastern side of the marina, which is protected from all weather. Yeah. And it's a very safe harbour. We've got a mast crane here. We've got a crane that you can get to the top and replace your Windex when you forget to put it in properly in the water. So
that sounds like experience.
Yes, well, it's happened to even the best of us. It's all good. So it's a pretty unique facility in that regard. There's been no holes barred.
And we've had Pete here, the fleet captain. You've been a little bit quiet. How's everything going in the lead up to the event?
Yeah, we're very fortunate to secure the Wilsons, which was #1.
We love the W word.
And Bill's our major sponsor. We've got North Sales, Graphic Effects, Gunther Developments, Sailor Girl Proprietary Limited, Protocom, Salty Tag, and importantly we've got the club is sponsored by Bank of Melbourne, and Bank of Melbourne are going to be allocating quite a few of their staff as volunteers, which is tremendous.
Come and lend us some money.
that B word, I think a lot of people don't realise that you guys are volunteers too, hey?
Well, that's always...
I'm a Bank of Melbourne customer.
Like all the other people out there pulling marks and flags and the rest of it, we're exactly...
We've got some interest from overseas too. There's talk of Dirk Newman coming out. I think JC's going to make his boat available for him, so he's one of his own Ontarios to sail, and there's a whole group of people that are committing. A lot of Westies are coming over early. I think the big thing is to once again remind those Sydney guys there is actually a road, and to dust off those trailers that have been stored out in some shed in the Blue Mountains, to come on down the road and have a go and enjoy our incredibly fair racetrack without any local knowledge required.
Yeah. So what you're telling me basically is we've got the best race committee in the world, and the best organisers. The best organisers. We've got a stack of sponsors on board, which are really going to make it happen. We're probably looking at 70 boats.
Yep.
That's pretty incredible. I want a piece of that. and one of the fairest racetracks in the world as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think you guys need to give me one word if you can sum up what this event's going to be like for everybody. What?
Renaissance, absolutely. This is the renaissance of the Etchells Club.
Take 2.
We're going back to those numbers
Renaissance.
again.
Awesome.
I like it.
More than one word, but it's going to be perfect for the competitors and the families.
Yeah, I love it.
It is one of the best racetracks in the world for Etchells yachting.
And he's stolen my thunder. It is the best racetrack in the world.
We can take that twice. The best racetrack in the world. Quote.
Well, I'm just going to add the fact is that the club and the people they put in charge to trying to run this event to make it, you're confident that you're going to have a great team on the water that has got one focus is to put in great racing on for the Etchells. So why wouldn't you come here to enjoy all the facilities? It's just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I think why wouldn't you come to Brighton? I'll be here from the 10th to the 16th. There you go. From the 10th to the 16th of January here at the Royal Brighton Yacht Club. Absolutely glamorous, I'm telling you. And you should make the effort to come to the Etchells Nationals here.
Is the Commodore wondering in the shop?
Photogenic, charming.
The Commodore's just
I
arrived.
hope you are too, because you're on.
We're
You're on.
filming. We're actually filming.
He wants to get his gig in.
I'm never going to word an edgewise with Billy.
You have to get an Etchells.